pharmaceuticals. President Trump's inaugural speech in Congress did not really ruffle any feathers when it came to healthcare. I had the opportunity to catch up with Cipla's MD and global CEO, Mr. Umang Vohra, and began by asking him his sense in terms of the overall policy situation in the US. So let's listen in to what he had to say.
I actually saw the presidential address, and I think that to me it appeared as if the themes were not very different than what this industry has been seeing in the past 3 to 4 years. I think there was a concern on drug pricing, and this concern's been there for a while. There was a concern on the pace with which approvals are coming to market on the generic side. And actually the industry and the US FDA have been working for a very long time through the GDUFA and through the other acts that they put in place to make sure that more drugs or more medicines come to the market sooner. So I didn't really honestly think that there were too many stances which were different than they were before. There is this talk of I would say make in America, right? And I think that we need to see how it unfolds, because frankly, and I've said this before, the US is a large market, and if there is ever a call to action for people to set up facilities in the US, people will do it, in my opinion, because it is a large market. We already have a large number of our facilities in the US. In fact, we supply almost 80% of what we sell in the US, which is made in the US, made from the US in the US, right?
Okay.
And if there is a requirement that needs to go up because of the size of the US, we will do it, right? So I actually don't think that the themes have changed much. I think the sentiment of manufacturing is more solid now in the US. But other than that, I think the 2 or 3 concerns or the points that he raised are pretty much what this industry has been talking about for a while.
Okay. The one big thing which could be expected is a Medicare negotiation directly with companies. So that means maybe a little more pressure on generic pricing. How would that impact branded as well as generic drugs as well as your portfolio in the US?
I think the Medicare actually impacts the branded guys more. Right? And because the manner in which the generic business is done in the US on Medicare, it's more a business where it's almost like it's open bid, right? A lot of the business we do with the government is already based on bidding. So there is no way in which any one company can influence the outcome of what happens there. It's an open bid. Everybody bids and it comes there. And Medicare treats its own patients, so people who have enrolled in that program. And there's a very adequate pricing mechanism that governs that. And which is basically linked to free market. It's not linked in any way. I don't think that the impact of Medicare will have a far-reaching impact on generics. Okay. I do think that it will probably have a larger impact on branded drugs.
Okay. The other big thing, and I don't think you would be impacted as much as the others, but a border tax. Yeah. There are estimates of an EPS reduction to the tune of even 40% for some companies.
Right.
What's going to happen, and will the game significantly change for Indian companies if in case there is a border tax?
Well, let's put it in 2 ways, right? I think, is there going to be a border tax? Maybe there is, right? Do I think it comes down? I personally don't think that it would be something which is announced and implemented tomorrow. I think companies will be given time, right, for this border tax to come in place, etc. What's the short-term impact of border tax? There will be a short-term impact, because if there's a border tax, you've got to be paying out more, right? So there will be a short-term impact on border tax. But I think most companies are in a stage today that they have to probably take this hit for about a year and a half, till the time that they are able to either migrate the production into the US or to a US territory, right? Or for that matter, set up their own facilities at that point in time. So I think there will be an impact for about a year and a half. But I don't think the long-term fundamentals of the attractiveness and the size of the US market will change at all. Okay. So people will adopt a supply chain to make sure that they obviate the border tax that's been set up. But I don't think this changes the fundamentals of doing business.
What about Serum Institute? There was so much talk about it, and
the Serum Institute, this keeps coming back time and again, and we struggle hard to see how this comes back into the media, right? But Serum Institute for us is a very good partner. It's an amazing partner. I think the promoters know each other at a certain level. We're partnering with them with several product launches in India. We will continue to be very preferential partners for them, and I'm hoping that that they will be the same for us. Right? And this is a partnership. I don't think there is any talk right now about whether Cipla buys Serum or Serum buys Cipla, or either way, or the two merge together or not. I think there is a lot of respect between the two promoters for each other, right? And there's closeness in how we sell their vaccines in India and other parts of the world. But that's where it is as of now. It's a very strong partnership, and we intend to keep going.
What about Goa? You have a few observations outstanding since October.
Yeah.
What's the status on that?
So at Goa, we want we're waiting for the FDA's directive on, and they issue this through an EIR, or they ask you for further information, etc. We believe we've implemented all that we had to. The FDA is still looking at it. Our products are getting approved from Goa, so it gives us confidence that.
So you've received approvals post-October?
We have, right? So it gives us confidence that it's and we mentioned it was procedural. We've rectified it, but the FDA is the final decider, and we have to get the EIR before I tell you that we are clear in Goa, right? But we have reasonable belief that I think we're on the right path for Goa. We've got approvals for products, etc. So I think it'll take its time, but we're hopeful.
Okay, I think that should answer